Hi, it's Elizabeth from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and today we'll be doing the handover video of the Auto Trail Expedition 67. The first thing you'll come to behind the driver's door is your hookup point. To take the hookup cable out of the van, you just want to push this blue lever down and then gently pull on the cable. Then to plug it in, you just want to lift the collar and lift the flap on the van and then gently slide it on. Just remember that you want to hook your cable into the van first, then to the mains, and then when you're taking it out, take it off the mains and then out of the van, as you don't want to be walking around with a live lead. Next thing you'll come to under the van is your fresh and waste water tanks. So with these, you just want to twist them gently. You'll see that the water's draining out of the wastewater tank. Do the exact same with your fresh. When you leave a site, you can empty your wastewater tank, as you don't want to be travelling with all the extra weight. You can empty some of your fresh water, leaving a little bit, or you can empty it all. It just depends how far you're travelling. If you want to stop for a cup of tea or the toilet on the road home, you might need some fresh water left in the tank. But when you're winterising your van, you want to make sure both tanks are completely empty, and you can also leave the taps open during winter, just in case there's any water left. It will freeze, it won't damage your pipes. You can also just gently pull them out of their little holders and place them on the floor. This will help the water drain out quicker, as it's a steeper path for the water to travel down. But just remember that once the water's all emptied out, put them back in the casings just so they're safe and tucked away and not on the floor. Next, we've got the cassette locker. So as long as the blade on the inside of the toilet is closed, you can pull this blue lever up and slide your cassette out. To empty it, you just want to pull the spout round, and then you can just unscrew the cap. When you come to empty it, press this blue button in. It just allows some air in and stops it from glugging. You then want to put some more water in the cassette, give it another swirl round, empty it, and then before you put it back into the cassette locker, put some blue or green liquid in your cap and pour it down the spout. And then you can push it back in and it's ready for use again. At the back of the vehicle, right on the top there, you've got your reversing camera. And then on the passenger side of the van at the back, you've got your LPG sticker. So if you open up the doors, you'll see the sticker again. You have to take the two top cushions off. So once you've moved them to a side, you'll be able to access your gas locker. This motorhome takes 3.9 gas bottles. It'll take 2 of them. Make sure you secure them with these straps just so they don't rattle around when you're travelling. And then this pigtail is a hand tighten, so you don't need a spanner, you can just hand tighten it up. And then on the top, you can see the arrows here. Close, turn it that way, open the other way. So the next thing you'll come to on the passenger side is your freshwater filler point. So you want to use your key, twist the key, and then you'll be able to twist and pull the cap off. You then want a hose and some adapters, as some sites just provide the brass tap. Then pop your hose pipe through the hole, fill up your freshwater tank. You can either fill it full or just as much as you need if you're only staying a couple of days. You want to put your cap back on, turn the key and lock it so no one can mess with your fresh water. To wind your awning out, you want to use your awning pole and then gently pop the hook through, and then you can wind it out by spinning the pole around. Make sure it stays connected. You want to bring the awning about halfway out or until you can reach the front and the legs. And then to pop the legs out, all you have to do is just come to the foot in the middle of the awning and just gently pop it out. You then want to gently bring the end out so the leg can come down and out around the end. And then you want to twist. You want to twist this little dial to drop the leg down. And then it will support the awning. Once it's about halfway out, you want to then unwind the awning and then walk the legs out as you unwind the awning, just to support it. You want one leg slightly higher than the other, just so if it rains any water will run off. And then to pop your leg back in, just bring this back up to the top, tighten it up, and you want to bring your leg back up and in, and then you just slide it in so it's flush with the side, and then you can wind your awning back in. And once your awning's all the way back in, gently bring the pole out, and then your awning's ready for you to drive away. Just behind your passenger door, you've got your diesel and AdBlue. So to unlock your diesel cap, you just use your ignition key. And then when you're filling up your AdBlue, if you go to a petrol station where they take Arctic lorries, it's slightly cheaper buying it on the pump than if you buy it on the drums. And then on the inside of the door, you've got your ideal tyre pressures. You've got your vehicle battery under the floor, and then the bonnet release. It's just on the inside of your passenger door. Under the bonnet, the main things you want to focus on is your screen washer fluid. You've got your engine coolant, your brake fluid, you've got your oil, and then your dipstick down here. You've got your negative here, and then your positive is just under this cap there. And then you've got your weight plates on the front as well. First thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel switch on. Press this button, and then everything on the inside will work electrically. From here you can turn your lights on. This turns all the lights on, but then you can also turn them on and off through different rocker switches through the vehicle. Just below you've got your water pump. Up at the top on the other side is your awning light. And then these three bars here you can flick through the different settings and check your water levels, your leisure battery, adjust the time, set charges, and then obviously you've got your back button to go back to the home page. To operate your heating and your hot water, you can use these two dials here, so you just have to wave your hand across them and they'll switch on. We'll do the heating first, so you can have it on just gas, just electricity, or you can have it on both if you want to heat your vehicle up quicker. On the electric side, you can have it on 1 kilowatt, which is 1 dot, 2 kilowatts, which is 2 dots, and then 3 kilowatts, which would be 3 dots. They've gone blue at the minute, that means it's on, but it's not currently working on gas or electric. In a minute, it will turn orange. That means that it is working and your van will start to heat. The outside, you can have it from 30 degrees all the way down to 5 degrees, depending on how warm you want your van to be. Next, we've got your water on heating, so you can either have it on gas, electricity, or both, depending on if you want your hot water quicker. You can have it on both, it'll just heat up a little bit faster. You've got your two settings, so you can have it on gas and then electricity. You can see here the lightning bolt's gone orange. That means it's already working on electricity. It'll just take a minute or two to start working on gas. When you want to turn your hobs on using gas, just press the dial down, turn it around, and it will automatically light. Just remember, once you've used them and you've turned them off, wait until the metal has fully cooled before you put your glass lid down, as it will shatter. You might just be able to see the blue glow. That's your oven working on gas. We've got the water running. It is hot and up to temperature at the minute. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off. We've had it on for about half an hour and it is really hot. To use your fridge, the first thing you want to do is turn it on. So hold the on button down until the blue lights come on. Then from here, if you want to change the temperature, hold it down until it starts flashing, and then you'll be able to have the temperature on 5, which is the coldest, or down to 1. I always recommend that you start off with 5 when you first turn it on to get it to temperature, and then turn it down to about 3 or 4, as 5 can cause ice to form in the fridge. You can then also press this moon here. This is night mode. It just turns the decibels down and makes the fridge slightly quieter for when you're asleep. To make your rear lounge into the bed, the first thing you want to do is remove the driver's side cushions to reveal the 3 supporting bars. So you just want to grab these 3 bars and then you want to remove the cushions from the other side as well. You then want to just gently bring the baseboards up, grab the bars, and then once you've got clear access, you can slot each of the bars into the gaps. Like that. And then you've got all 3 supporting bars in place. You can then put the gas locker cover and the seat back down on that side. And then on the driver's side, you want to bring the base up and out. This folds across the gap and over the supporting bars, and then you can bring the original base back down. And once you've got a flat surface, you can put your cushions back. You want to put both base cushions back in their original position, as the corners are cut to fit the slightly angled, and then you can put the backrests in the middle where there's a gap left. And then you've got your double bed in the back of the vehicle. If you want to make the table up in the rear lounge, your table is stored in this cupboard under the fridge. Just want to gently pull the leg out and also grab the tabletop. You then want to take the grey cap off of the hole in the ground. Pop this to one side, as you'll want to put it back over the hole when you're not using the table. You can then pop your table leg into the hole, and then you want to grab your tabletop and line it up with the top of the pole. You can then just pop your tabletop on the pole, make sure it's all the way down, and there you've got your dining table in the back of the vehicle. In the back of the vehicle, you've got your skylight, you've got a blackout blind, and you've also got a fly screen. And to open your skylight, you just push this button in and then bring the handle back. You've got good airflow through the vehicle. If you just want a slight gap, you can bring it up and through, and you can slot it in either the first or second one, and you'll just get a thin gap, a little bit of fresh air. But just remember, before setting off or travelling, make sure you've got the skylight back in and locked down, as they can be easily damaged in transit if they're left open. So in the bathroom, you've got your shower curtain, and you've got your shower head. You've got 2 big mirrors. If you push can pull them open and then you get a nice large cupboard. You can also pop your sink open as well and bring that down. And then you can bring your tap out. Use the sink. Just remember to always pull your tap back in and then only very gently tip the sink up to allow all the water to drain out before popping the sink back into place. When you want to flush a toilet, just make sure you've got your water pump on. And just press the blue button. Once you've got enough water, just pull the grey lever. Ladle open, you can pull it closed. When your cassette's full, you'll get this light indicating that your cassette's ready to be emptied. You can also move the bowl around so you've got more room when you're having a shower. But then you can also spin it around so you've got enough leg room. To use your radio, you've got a couple of different buttons on the side here. It's just touchscreen, so you can get to your home page. You've also got your volume controls here as well. And then when you're on your home page, you've got a couple of different options down the front here. So you can click on your DAB radio and then the 3 lines. The 3 lines here, you'll get a list of all the different stations on DAB. So you can scroll through and pick whichever one you'd like to listen to. And then you've also got Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So you can connect to your phone through Bluetooth. And then once you've got your phone connected, you'll have Apple Maps or Google Maps, whichever phone you've got connected. You've also got your settings, so you can change the time and date, another personalised to make it more user-friendly to you. So on the front of your steering wheel, if you're connected to a phone, you can answer or decline calls. With your arrows, you can flick through different settings on your dashboard. And then on the other side, you've got your cruise control. However, on the back, on both sides, you've got these little buttons here. So on your right hand side, it will decrease or increase the volume on the radio, and the middle button will mute your radio. And then on the other side, you can flick through different radio stations or flick from DAB to FM radio, pressing the middle button as well. You've got your automatic gearbox.